True. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't say never. I don't feel like we've ever really seen anybody take Shimakaze in one of these games. Have you?
No, but I think that we're going to see that happening. Real quick shout out to Valen Antilles. Hi, and hi to my mom in San Antonio, Texas for Cruiser Montpellier.
All right, guys, we're dropping. Game will be up shortly. Give us a couple of seconds here to assassinate ourselves, and we'll get right into the action.
That's right. Gotta love that. Ooh, okay, so we've got a bit of a lineup change here on NGA. We've got a Yamato now for Epic Leveler instead of Conquer. I think he actually wants to do some more damage and be a little bit more effective on the battlefield. We've got 2 Des Moines, and we see a Moskva instead of a Hindenburg for a little bit extra vision, but 2 gearing still, so they're still holding on to their 2 gearing setup.
Indeed, and ARP has run the exact same lineup. We're looking at double Montana, double Des Moines, Hindenburg, Zhao, Gearing, and Yu Yang. Same players, no changes on this side of the map.
Very interesting. Makes sense though, right? You go with what works.
If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
That's right. Pew pew, pew pew. I knife you.
I'll be so glad one day. I'll be so glad when they someday put in like a proper spectator mode and we don't have to kill each other.
Absolutely. I do apologize for that, guys. Just tabbing out to make sure that you know, I'm broadcasting the game.
Yep.
This isn't radio.
You laugh, but I've done that before.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
all
big
right.
difference here. NGA is heading for A cap and B, so they are keeping their team together.
All right. Well, right now, ARP's Yu Yang is headed up the middle. He's going straight up the 6 line, headed to B, while the gearing angles towards C. They seem like they're going to just abandon A in terms of probably try not to cap it. There is a Des Moines, a Zhao, and a Montana heading to that flank, however. So we'll see how they opt to play it.
Right, and we see the scouting bombers coming through ACAP right now, and it's going to spot the majority of the fleet, and they're going to know what's going on. As Des Moines, Zhao, Montana, yeah, they're also, it's a bit of a split that's going on. That's kind of interesting on your team. I don't like seeing the carrier just suiciding bombers like that. He could easily pull them back and get spotting for longer. So Silverthorn, if you're listening, something to think about.
Well, he's throwing away another bomber squad here, but they've basically all been spotted. So, I mean, you can argue the validity of the tactic, but it gives his team a lot of information as one of the NGA gearings gets into B very quickly.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting to see Gecko in here, and he hasn't been spotted yet.
Radared now. No, he's radared by the Yu Yang on the bottom end of the cap. Falcor's Yu Yang right in the center, waiting on the radar. Gecko getting shot at, but not taking any damage. Oh, wow.
You were saying?
Big Montana shells coming in right up the stern as he loses well over half his health there, just for his trouble. Falcor, that Yu Yang radar pushing Gecko right out of the B cap.
Yeah, and now he's on fire. Okay, DCP'd. He's at 5. He's under 5,000 hit points, man.
That was really well played by Team Danger Noodle.
That's the power of the radar Yu Yang.
Well, as soon as they saw the cap flipping, they knew he was in there, and so Falcor crept up to where his radar bubble covered the whole cap, and off he went.
Now here's the problem we were talking about going A. Look at all this entire team that's now here, and they're stuck, right? They don't have access to the channel to get into A because you've got Des Moines, Zhao, Montana sitting there waiting to go. So what do? Des Moines is already at half health. Schnork, he took a big hit.
It's a very bold destroyer play early on. Bags A and B for Team Danger Noodle. They are looking very solid here in the early going on Sleeping Giant.
Edmus thinks he's a Yamato trying to save Okinawa right now. That's not going to work.
Where, Cadmus?
Yeah, he's north of C. He just beached himself, and he's literally.
What's he doing?
Like I said, it's the one-way Yamato mission right now. You know.
He can't even fire over the island.
Nope.
Not stopping him from trying.
And getting spotted in the process.
Well, big shells coming in on Montpellier now, but those were long. Not sure who they were from. Cadmus reversing, looking for a better shot, it seems, but more Hindenburg shells coming in.
That's the thing about the Hindenburg. I've played a lot of Hindenburg and clan battles. I'll tell you, it's that long range sniper capabilities.
Yeah, that's Hindenburg HE long term can absolutely push a Des Moines out of position given time.
Des Moines getting a good chunk with those AP shells, but it's not enough with the trade here.
No. ARP moving out to a 100-point lead here on the back of their early cap advantage. The Shonks Des Moines spotted very briefly, but invisible again. Looks like he's about to come up spotted. There he is, spotted once more. Whose shells are that coming in? Des Moines AP shells coming in on him. That could be unpleasant if some of those land. Montana shells now, I think, coming in. Nope, those were long. A lot of pressure on Schnorks here early on. Astor Zao running south, looking like he's trying to get back into stealth.
Schnorks in a good spot, though. He'll be okay for a while.
Well, they can get shells over the island. It looks like they're struggling to drop them in the right place.
Yep.
Now, that damage on Gordon Gecko early is really hurting NGA. They're not able to use him to pressure a cap. And the other gearing is way over on the 1 line. Like, they surrendered cap control with this map and completely. I don't understand.
I don't get it either. And Sabina's now using his gun, so he's now spotted for a while. If I'm calling NGA, I would have rotated him into the middle as soon as Gecko took that really bad hit. Montana, Torps coming into him. Blaze, he dodged those over at C.
Yep, see this? Cadmus's Des Moines still in a long-range gun duel with his Hindenburg.
Yeah, which he's going to
Montpellier, which he's not winning. Hindenburg has more health, and that quarter pin HE is slowly wearing Cadmus's health down. Pretty static now. There we go. We've finally Sabine now rotating into A, looking like he's going to go for the cap.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like how this how the Yamato is trying to hug the island here, but I'm not sure what else he could be doing.
Well, he's going to have decent cross shots if he looks for them. That's one of the things about Sleeping Giant. There's a lot more places that you can cross drop on this map if you put in a little time to look for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, Blaze, I don't think he's in a position to help from his side. No, his shots, he's looking at the Hindenburg that's all the way out on the border.
Yeah, I think they're busy focusing on Montpellier.
Yep.
Well, almost a 300-point lead now for Team Danger Noodle on the strength of 2 early caps, as NGA Alpha finally getting on the board with a cap here at the 13-minute mark. Epic Leveler driving his Yamato straight into A. This is going to be interesting. I'm not sure this is a bad play for them. It's going to allow them to put a tremendous amount of pressure on B here very shortly.
Yep, he's got to do something. The problem is we haven't seen that... Wait, we haven't seen one of the Montanas, the one that's farther south. Oh, there he is, making presence known, and it's probably going to smack Epic Leveler right now. Let's watch. Here it comes.
Fallon?
From Striker.
Oh, there it was. They're definitely focusing Leveler. I mean, is he burning?
Yeah, he's burning at least 2 times. Oh, he just DCP'd.
Big shells coming in now on Schnork and Epic Leveler. 2 really juicy targets there for ARP and A. Trapped without many places to run. Smoke going out for them now as Sabine doubling back in his gearing, I think, is what he's trying to do. Another torpedo strike going in on Abyssal Dragoons Des Moines. He's going to eat at least one of those, if not 2. 2 land.
Well-placed torpedo strike by the carrier there.
Very well-placed torpedo strike as he is flooding.
He is indeed flooding. You'll note that we are now almost 10 minutes into the battle, and there has not been a kill, but there's been a lot of bleeding.
Right, but I mean, look at the damage bar.
Oh, yeah. Tells the whole story. 100,000 damage.
Has a massive damage advantage here. So, I mean, NGA hasn't lost a ship yet, but they're in danger of losing a variety of them at any moment. Chopper third one's Des Moines trying to lob shells into A. Epic Leveler's Yamato taking some shells there as Sabine aggressively pushing into B.
Which is something I've seen Sabine do in randoms. He's really good with Destroyer. He's got balls.
You know, Zaf, who we haven't seen in a long time is Gecko. We haven't spotted him in a long time.
That's a good thing. Oh, your gearing's about to go down. Yuki is gone. Taken out by close quarters expert from Cadmus.
Whoa! Where was that? What was he doing up there?
He wanted those torps, and here come the torps.
He's going to get him.
No.
But, wow, that's a bad trade.
Nope, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Nope.
Oh! Desync. The Cadmus is on 1100 HP. Surely, like, somebody has to breathe on him wrong and he'll die.
Yeah, he's going to be dead regardless. But, I mean, we were talking earlier, why would you throw away your ship just for that?
Yep, that's a really questionable play there. It closes the... I mean... I don't see the need for it.
Yep.
Blaze Gunny now. Drop a third one's... Des Moines is in a really rough position now. He's got a Yamato off his stern and Montana off his bow. He's going to have to make a move, and I don't know where he's going to go.
Yeah, I do want to
NGA
comment
working hard. Go.
as well that your Des Moines to the south of A didn't die, which is very interesting considering he was flooding, he was on fire, he clearly DCP'd, and the team was unable to capitalize on that. That's an error by Pink Mitsubishi, I think, the Hindenburg over there, and working with vision control, probably, you know, the carrier not keeping sight on him.
Now, Abyssal Dragoon repairing now. NGA trying to make a play here. I mean, they you know, some good kills for them, but they are narrowing the gap.
Schnork
350 points now.
Goodbye,
Blaze
Schnork.
Gunny. Ooh. Third one's Des Moines finally bagging Schnork's Des Moines back at A, but Blaze Gunny's Montana is basically going to just drive up in. Oh, yeah, look at this. Gearing Montana tag teaming the C-Cap here. Drop a third one is in a really bad spot.
Leveler
Looks
is
like
gone.
his radar is up because both Gecko and Sabine are spotted. Montpellier is going to have to get into this fight now, coming around from behind the island. Firing HE into Blaze Gunny.
Blaze is responding. Decent hit.
I missed that because I misclicked. Apologies.
It happens. It was like a 3K, 4K chunk.
ARP about to move within 100 points of victory here on Sleeping Giant with 9 minutes to play.
Remember, this is a best of 3, so assuming this is it, we're done for a while.
NGA has to win if they want to push the match to a game 3.
Now this is completely what to expect at the group stage. You see a lot of, like we talked about earlier, mistakes that are made, and it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's cumulative.
Now, this is interesting because Blaze Gunny is giving Drop a Third One's Des Moines just beautiful shots, and his guns are pointed in the wrong direction for him to do anything. So here comes Third One's AP at basically what amounts to point blank range.
Yep, and he's probably just gonna go for the ram because why not?
Think so? Well, if he can do enough damage with the AP, but that would be big.
Sabine gets spotted, most likely from radar as he smokes up.
No, I think Drop a Third One's radar is out. Here come the torps. Third one is drop. Ooh, is he going to dodge?
Torpedo beats!
What an epic dodge by Third One with torpedoes in his nose. Blaze Gunny looks like he's trying to get his guns around now.
Cannon to the right of him.
Yeah, definitely. Close the board pass here as the shells go over the top of Third One's deck.
Yeah.
As he pours AP into Blaze Gunny at point blank range.
I think Blaze might have been zoomed in trying to shoot there.
Maybe. Torpedo Strike trying to work it on Blaze now as well, just trying to mess with him.
That's
Here it comes.
Here's the coup de grace.
16 points for maybe separate ARP from victory. Blaze Gunny goes down. That's the game. There it is.
Yep, Sabine doing what he could with defensive fire there and scattering the bombers.
Little bagging game 2 and the victory in this particular set in the group stage.
And here we go. We've got, once again, look at this, Des Moines and Des Moines with the majority of the plane kills on ARP, and then on NGA side, we've got Hakuryu and Des Moines again.
Indeed. You know, I'll tell you, Zaf, I felt like NGA, like, they did not play badly. They kind of recovered well from what was maybe a questionable deployment decision, but I felt like it took them too long to decide that their position was garbage and they needed to fix it, right? Like they were 300 points down before they made a serious push on a cap anywhere. I feel like, I mean, they completely abandoned C. They made a play for B that didn't work out because Gecko just got wrecked by Radar.
Yeah.
And then they didn't even bother with A for like the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game.
Well, it was almost like they didn't know what to do. Just kind of like we saw with Trap when their idea to go into B cap got stopped. They're kind of just like, well, what now? And you're right. It took them a long time to make that change at A cap and say, okay, we have to do something here. I think hats off though. I think player of the game on NGA side that game was Sabine for basically realizing where he's at. His positioning was way off, and I got to go do something. And he took B cap. He went into C cap. He did his best to save that Montana, and we saw him do some really good destroyer work.
He did. I think that's probably the single most bizarre thing that we saw was that, you know, on a 2 destroyer setup, one of the destroyers was on the 1 line. And yeah. I'm baffled at this. Like that's never a good idea. So yeah, well played games by both teams. Team Digital taking the match, so congrats to them. NGA Alpha, of course, both teams have got at least 2 more matches to play. I'm going to take a step away here for a moment. I'm going to go look around and see if I can find us a game 3 because our next match does not start for a half hour, and we don't want to just sit here and talk for half an hour because I don't know what we'd say. So we'll see what I can find.
Sounds good. Meanwhile, for those of you guys who are watching, I do hope you're enjoying the games. It's quite fun to cast these and see things from a totally different perspective. I know for some of you guys, you're not much into the competitive, arc of the game and that sort of thing. But I'll tell you what, when you've played 5,000 battles, 10,000 battles, you start seeing things, and you get that feeling of, I've seen it all. And the cool thing about King of the Sea is you really haven't seen it all. There are times where, I mean, come on. A Des Moines goes and just YOLO charges a Gearing in smoke and a Montana on his flank, and he survives.
Lives to tell about it.
I know. When are you going to see that? Come on. Only on here. And you know what? Yes, we have those moments when we play the game. But who's watching? Who knows that happened? Send me a replay and I'll feature it, sure. But aside from that, okay. So I got to say, it's a lot of fun. It's very rewarding being able to cast this and hang out with someone of such caliber as Sea Raptor.
Oh, thank you very much. You're not too bad yourself, just FYI. All right, are we done patting ourselves on the back now?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, let me know when that's over. So that's over.
Okay.
All right. I'm looking around trying to find out who's going to a game 3. So I apologize, folks. We're working on it. We don't want to, leave you, hanging for a half hour here. Somebody should be going to a game 3. Surely somebody somewhere is going to a game 3.
Yeah, now the thing is that we are 15 minutes behind the official start, so what that means is if there is a game...
We're 15 minutes behind groups 1 through 4. They started at 5, and then the 5 through 8 started at 5:15.
Right.
Central.
Right, that's what I mean. So there's a lesser chance of getting into a game 3 of one of those. And for those of you guys who have joined in, I do apologize for the noise in the back. It is currently 6 p.m. where I'm at, just about 6 p.m., and that means it's dinner time. So I have an epic pizza that I'm about to carve up and nosh on and that sort of thing. So I do apologize if I take a slightly extended break here, but I'm hungry.
No problem. We'll make it work. Just trying to find out here. All right, guys. I apologize. I'm gonna duck off of voice for just a few minutes, and go see if I can find. Well, let's see who's over there. Hella and Voss.
When he ducks out of voice, that means I can say all the bad things about. Oh, damn it! Hey, how's it going?
Yet.
Now, if you guys have never met Raptor, he's a pretty awesome dude. We hung out at the Let's Battle tour and that sort of thing, and it was great seeing him, seeing a bunch of others as well. Shout out to Combat Wombat, and who else did we run into down there?
Oh man, didn't we ran into? I mean, aside from all the various wargaming guys, some of the CC guys, who were the super testers that we hung out with, man? I forget that. You
Jinxed?
knew most of those guys. I didn't.
I knew a couple of them. Jinxed was the one that I remember the most.
Yes. Jinx.
Yeah, he's a super test coordinator. And then the other one was our very own Fodder for You.
Yes, I remember that. Well, and I had the fortune last night to meet some great guys. I met a guy up in Austin, Maniac 7, who's just down the road here. Lives literally 2 exits down the freeway from me.
Wow.
Met quite a few Austin guys. From Do It. I'm going to have to go look it up. I think it was Hammer of Mithril, something like that. Something with Mithril in it. I got to go look at team rosters. And then was a guy from Rust. I want to say that was it Shadow Fury? Shadow Fury. Yeah. He was a lot of fun. Good to meet him. Who else did I meet last night? I met a guy from Dallas, and his wife came down, and I'm going to completely butcher his. What was his name? Do you remember? My wife spent a ton of time talking to this guy. What was his handle? Do you remember? That's right. It was 5 characters. It was his ham radio code. N5BAR. That was it. Really nice guy. Older gentleman, but super fun, knowledgeable. He and I talked about cruisers towards the end of the night. He was like, man, I'm trying to level U.S. cruisers, and I'm really struggling with it. And I said, welcome to the club. Because it's like he was talking about New Orleans. I said, the happiest day of my life for World Warships was the day that I sold my New Orleans.
Oh, man, Sad Panda right there. New Orleans, one of my favorite.
No, not for me. That is not for me. That ship, ugh.
Pigeon, I just called you Pigeon. I got 2 words for you, and it's going to be Pigeon's words. You know what those are.
Get good.
That's right.
Right. Hashtag get good. I cannot find anybody who's going to a game 3. And I think maybe the timing is bad. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was going to happen. So,
well, historically, we do end up with a lot